Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. We have Maddie here in studio talking us through the U23 Crit Nationals. Good to have you back, bud.
Yeah, it's great to be here. That was smooth. that was great.
Commentary extraordinaire. You are going so good right now, man. We also are going to talk through Pro Nats Road Race. So get subscribed for that one because it's coming soon and you don't want to miss it. But today we're talking about the U23 Crit, in particular the final few laps, because obviously, as you can see, it is dark. This isn't twilight. It is dark, like nighttime, rainy, and GoPro footage just, it's a little nauseating. So we're going to try to just cut straight to the chase here, talk through the final few laps. But to set things up, what's happened so far in this? What is it, a 90-minute crit, 75-minute crit?
I think it was 75 minutes. We started at 9:50 at night. So
Wild.
It was maybe 70 minutes, but so far there's been a bunch of crashes. I think I closed one gap to a breakaway, and other than that, it's just been fighting for a position behind Kelly Benefits with their 8 or 9 rider train.
They controlled this race for the most part?
Oh yeah, they just rode the front almost the whole time. There was maybe like 10 minutes of activity, but the rest of the time is just trying to be as close to the front as you can to avoid the crashes.
Right. Speaking of the crashes, first of all, our local boy Nick Gumas.
Yeah, he had a rough one.
Never good to hear when somebody crashes. Yeah, we're thinking about you, man. Get better soon. They also didn't. They probably should have stopped the race, neutralized the race this early on. But there's a different mentality this is nationals. So there's kind of a different mentality when it comes to neutralizing. They seem to be a lot more strict, like let it ride. But a lot of people didn't agree with that.
Yeah, there was 2 people down at the same time, both getting medical assistance, and they kept making the course smaller and smaller in those corners, just making it sketchier and sketchier, where they should have just stopped the race for like 10 minutes, getting everyone off the course, make sure everyone's safe, and then we can keep going.
Right, and if it were 3 laps to go, I would understand the decision to like, look, we can't stop it now, but this is like, there's still like 45 minutes of racing left. It's not a particularly consequential moment. Anyway, let's fast forward to the end of this race now and check out the last few laps.
Okay.
All right, we're coming through 3 to go. That's it right there. I told you guys, it got dark. The footage is a little sloppy, but wild last few laps. That's why I want to talk about it. Maddie, moving up on the left-hand side. How are you feeling? Heart rate's elevated, but your ticker goes up to 200 or something, right?
Yeah, so it's like high. I'm not quite at threshold heart rate yet, but it's high enough because it's kind of you've been going the whole time. There hasn't really been a chill period. So it's just moving around, trying to get closer to the front now. Around the outside was safe sometimes, but then other times there was just people moving erratically, so you kind of just have to be smart with it.
So did they still have control?
Yeah, I think they had 6 or 7 guys still left at the front.
That's impressive.
Here I'm riding the gutter, and then have to hop back in around the outside, try not to lose too many spots. But
tell us about the course. It looks pretty straightforward. L shape, 6 corner.
It looks straightforward, but there's a lot of just road that's not very nice. So there's a lot of transitions between bricks, like here, and then asphalt, and then bricks, and then paint. There's a lot of cracks on the road, a lot of like bumps from filling in cracks, like crosswalk things that kind of just like jump up, that elevated above the road. It's not the smoothest course.
So this is obviously not so much of a problem when it's midday and sunny, because you can see these things coming. A little tricky when it's nighttime and wet, because maybe you don't see the pothole super well.
Yeah, and then it's just kind of, this is another sketchy corner. This one, a lot of crashes at. It's just brick into small bottleneck, so people sliding around, there's paint on it, there's metal grates, and you can't really see some of the stuff just by the reflection, but once you hit it, you definitely know you hit something.
Okay, so we have Kelly Benefits on the front with a bunch of riders still, and you are in that spot right now, that washing machine spot. Everyone's fighting for the tail end of the Kelly Benefits lead out.
Yeah.
You included. So
yeah.
You're trying to move up a few more spots, I'd imagine.
Yeah, so we're just about to go on the main straight, about to go 2 to go. I'm a little farther back than I've been sitting all day, which is, I kind of didn't take as many risks through the last few corners, but now I know it's time to go. And I'm going to try to move up on the outside here, just get around as many of these people as I can before we take the corner.
Yeah, oh, and Kelly's doing that thing that they probably should be doing, but it's a well-known trick by lead-outs. is you take the inside and then you swing outside moments before the corner comes so you can navigate the corner quickly and efficiently. But what you're trying to do is prevent people from shooting up the inside underneath you is what they call it. And smart of you to move up on the outside because you can. That's an opportunity on a straightaway to make up a few wheels. But yeah, there are people taking risks in U23. One thing I've noticed is I don't know if it's the younger racers. Bones are made of rubber or something, but they seem to not really care. Like that stuff right there, for example. Take a shot from the right on the outside. A little sketch.
Yeah, it's just I'm not willing to die for this. I have 2 more races I want to do this weekend, so I was just trying to, at this point, move up as safely as I could without trying to cut anyone off or do anything too sketchy, just moving up where I could. And I'm going to have an opportunity here if I'm brave enough. Just going on the outside.
That move we just talked about on the outside.
Then,
well, in this case, it's the only left-hander, so it's the
Yeah.
inside. But on those straightaways, that's the opportunity to move up a few spots. And it's important to understand that, although this course does look pretty straightforward, there is a speed limit to these corners, especially in these conditions. So you can't just make up these positions through these corners. A, because it's wet, it's slick, there's a limit to the equipment. And B, this is the highest level of racing. This is national championships.
Yeah.
Still looking pretty good, man. Are you thinking now, like, maybe move up a couple more? Position's looking pretty good.
I'm thinking of trying to move up a couple more, not necessarily here on the straightaway because it's so fast, but maybe after the first right-hand corner, just because I can. Because here I'm going to lose a few positions because people are just dropping absurd watts, just trying to get up around the outside, moving up in the wind. We're going 30. So, like, to move up, you're doing a lot of watts. And I'm not that big, so I'm trying to maintain position here, but I kind of get boxed and then kind of swarmed over the left here in this corner, so I lost like 5 or 6 positions here, and then
a couple more from the dive bombers.
Yeah. And it's a little sketchy because moving from right to left in the middle of the corner, not great.
Yeah, and you have to think. I mean, I think you are a little bit further back than you need to be at this moment, but you also have to realize that there are still 3 or 4 Kelly Benefits riders who are acting as lead-out riders. So you're not as far back as it seems in this moment. Even though you're 15th or whatever, you're probably only like 12th. I think you still need to make up a few more spots if you're trying to fight for the win. A moment ago, before all those riders swarmed you, it was looking a lot better. But the risks coming through here because so now we're last lap.
Then these guys bump and they just take each other out, fighting each other. They just kind of disappear over to my left because they're just bumping each other, and I just go around the outside because I don't want to fight them. And then here, this Team California guy slows down a little here, and I'm like, well, I'll take that wheel.
Yeah, this is the efficient way of doing it. Like you said earlier, on the straightaways, to get outside and push through a whole bunch of wind for a sustained period of time is desperation. But chipping away, 1 or 2 wheels at a time, when you can preserve your momentum, that's the best way to do it. I saw that rider on the left up there smashing, and he only made up maybe 1 or 2 spots.
Yeah, so I'm a little far back, and then I'm really far back after that.
Yeah, and unfortunately for you, I mean, that's it. I don't know if you were in a race winning position, but potentially if you didn't have to slow down to 11 miles an hour right there, you may have been able to sneak out like a podium spot. But if that happens inside 400 meters, it's just race over.
Yeah, you're just done. I don't think I would have gotten anywhere near the win, but I think I could have, maybe top 5'd it, top 6'd it, but I got 8th. Nothing. Not too bad.
Top 10 at nationals, pretty good, and you survived for the road race, which we're going to be talking about next. So get subscribed for that, and thanks for coming on, Maddie.
Yeah, no problem.